Hello everybody and welcome to RoXolid Productions, where in this episode we're going to talk to you about the Charge Dock Pro from Nyko for the Nintendo Switch. Hi everyone, welcome to RoXolid Productions. I am Gary, and in a recent stop to many people's least favorite game retailer, GameStop, I actually saw this hanging on the wall, thought it was cool, thought that I would try it out, see how it works. Basically what it is it is a charge dock for the Pro Controller on the Nintendo Switch. And if you haven't done so yet, I really suggest that you check out our unboxing videos up there, and our 6-month long-term test of the Nintendo Switch, also right there, where we kind of talk about the Pro Controller, what it offers, what it brings to the table. So what the Nyko Charge Dock looks to do is to help keep your shelving areas all uncluttered. And for those of you who know me, this is going to come as a shock. I actually hate clutter. I know. Stop laughing. Seriously, stop laughing. So let's take a look at what this all comes out of the box with. Well, before we do that, let's look at the box itself. So it comes with the charge block itself, a charging cable, a charging dongle, one AC adapter. I thought for a second it said 1 amp, but just an AC adapter. It is USB powered, and basically, yeah, and you can connect multiple blocks together, charging cable included, Pro Controller compatible. So let us slide this open. So in the top of the box we have the instruction manual, which we will make sure that we check out later. The charging cable, and I'm a little bit disappointed to see this. So the Switch and the Pro Controller both use USB Type-C for charging. This uses micro USB. No big deal, since it's just going to charge in or plug into the charge block, right? Well, USB-C charges faster and can carry more current than what micro USB does. So I'm going to assume that it's going to charge a little bit slower with that. Here is their charge dongle. Their power brick, which has, let's see here, it's a 1000 milliamp, which is a 1 amp output at 5 volts, and just a lot of other packaging in there. So this is basically what we paid for here, and what it looks like is that it will sit right like this, and then at one point I've got to clip the dongle onto the controller to charge it. So let's finish getting this set up here. So on the bottom here, it looks like there's some contacts that will slide in place. Nope. What you do, this is the interesting way they could do it in this way, kind of save them some money on their molds. So this plugs into your Pro Controller, and then your Pro Controller simply sits on here just like this. There is nothing holding the Pro Controller really on here, so you can lift it off just like that. Quite honestly, as long as you don't mind having that on the controller, I mean, it doesn't bother me, there's no reason to take this off. That's actually kind of neat. It does have on the back of the dongle here, there's a little push button that will allow you to pair this to your Switch if need be. So there's that. And then the other thing that I wanted to do with this here is see if I can actually, instead of using the separate power brick, if this will actually charge off of the Switch itself. All right, so let's go ahead and see about powering the Nyko Power Dock from the Switch itself. So the cable that it comes with is actually fairly long here. So long that I'm having problems hanging on to it. It's about a 4-foot long cord, I would say, which quite honestly I can power from. I have an outlet strip down below here that has USB output. I could power it from there. But the nice thing about it being micro USB is I actually have a ton of these small cables here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that on my Super NES, or on my NES Classic. Super NES Classic isn't here yet. I'm going to pop open the back and plug this in here. All right, I've got that. Close that back up. Now I normally have my Switch sitting on my stand kind of like this. We'll plug this in right here. There's no, I'm not seeing any power indicator on the dock itself. So let's place the controller on here. And I guess it's charging. I'm not seeing anything that's indicating charging. So let me do this. Let me actually unplug or plug it into the power brick that it comes with and see if I actually get an LED light then. So here we have that, and I'm going to plug it in down here off of camera. Unplug from the back here. Plug that one in. Now we see a light. I don't know if you guys had a light. Yep. That's one of the problems with it, is it doesn't really hold the controller very securely. It just kind of rests in there. But I'm going to set it this way so I can see. There you can see the LED kind of popped on. I'm going to unplug it here. Check it one more time to see if the LED plugs or turns on. And it does. There you can see the LED is on. So I can use this cord and everything and power it straight off of the switch. So it's nice, you can see how clean of a shelf this is, relatively speaking. Yes, I have my NES Classic, my capture device, but I have my Switch and the charge dock here. And overall, I think this is going to work for me. So there you go with the Charge Dock Pro from Nyko. For why it rocks, first of all, for 20 bucks, it really helps declutter my area that I have my Switch set up on. I can power it straight off of the Switch dock if I would like to. Otherwise, it does come with the little charging brick that I can plug into, or plug the cable into, to provide power. It's small, compact. I like the fact that I can leave the charge adapter basically on the controller, and as I'm using the controller, I don't notice it at all. The fact that it has the push button on here, if I do need to pair this to a new Switch, you know, it just makes it really super convenient. Other than that, it doesn't affect usage of the Pro controller whatsoever. It's a really nice system to have as far as decluttering. What I wish they could do better on it, first of all, the LED on the top here is extremely small and hard to see. Having a larger LED would definitely be more useful, or some kind of an LED system on the front of the dock here, or being able to see the port on the bottom, or the LEDs on the bottom of the controller would make it easier to tell if you are charging or not. Up next, as far as the charging itself too, I really wish it was USB Type-C. Micro USB works, and it's been around for years. I've got a ton of cables, as you saw the short one that I used, but it doesn't charge as fast and can't carry as much current as what USB-C can. So if it had USB-C, I'd be a much bigger fan. I understand though, at the same time, that would increase the cost of the unit too. I only have one Pro controller, so it doesn't really bug me at all, but it'd be nice if it would be able to charge 2 Pro controllers at once, or your Pro controller and, say, your Joy-Cons. That's a really minor gripe. For 20 bucks, this does exactly what I wanted it to do and didn't cost an arm and a leg. But let me know what you think about the Nyko drop and charge dock that we have here, the Charge Dock Pro. For 20 bucks, you really can't go wrong. Another thing too, if I can use something and I don't have to read the instructions, it's always a good thing. Let me know what you think about the Nyko Charge Dock Pro down in the comments. Make sure that you stay subscribed to the channel. That way you're alerted anytime we come out with new content, such as a review of the Nyko Charge Dock Pro here for the Nintendo Switch. Along with comments down below, we do read each and every one of those. You can also email us at roxsolidmail@gmail.com, or hit us up on Twitter too. Give us a following on there at RoXolid Studios. We're pretty active on there. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/RoXolid Productions. And if you want to help the show grow, just like Eric Jordan with Around To It Productions did, you can support us up on Patreon. Thank you very much, Eric, for helping donate to the channel. For as little as $1 a month, you can help by supporting the channel financially to grow. The other thing you can do is get early access to certain content that we will list exclusively for our Patreons a couple days before it shows up to everybody else here live on YouTube. But as far as the Charge Dock Pro, should you buy one? Yeah, it's not a bad little unit if you do have a Nintendo Switch with a Pro controller. Definitely does clean up your game area that you have here. I am Gary with RoXolid Productions. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.